I'm a bit late to the party on this one, about 5 days too late, but I unfortunately kept getting cucked by YouTube and their fucking glitch on my channel where it wasn't notifying people when I started my stream, so now I'm talking about it. I don't give a shit if Vosh talked about it. I don't give a shit if every breadtuber under the sun has talked about this. I'm talking about it, okay? And I'm gonna have the correct take. The 100% correct take, alright? Who remembers what internet humor was like pre-2014? Type 1 in chat if you remember what internet humor in general was like pre-2014. Got a lot of ones. That's good. Type 2 in chat if you remember it being very different than how it is now. Yeah. All right. Pre-2014 internet humor was rage comics and late epic troll face. Who remembers that? However, in 2014 to 2015, we saw a rise in a whole new generation of internet humor and internet culture, and that was the edgelord phase, or the edgelord generation, as I like to call it, right? Where humor went from being like late epic troll face, late epic memes, late epic rage comics, problem, fuck, what was that one rage face? Do you remember the rage faces, chat? Hold on. For those that don't know what I'm talking about right now, the fucking zoomers in my chat right now, you guys remember this shit? Fuck, you guys remember this? This was pre-2014 internet humor right here is what we're looking at. However, in 2014 to 2015, we saw, and especially 2016, we saw an explosion, a fucking revolution of a new internet culture, the edgelord culture. And this was essentially spearheaded by Filthy Frank, Max Mofo, and iDubbbz. Now, to be completely fair here, all three of these people who spearheaded this sort of edgelord movement online, specifically with YouTube, were doing it ironically, right? Especially Filthy Frank. Filthy Frank, or Joji, who plays the character of Filthy Frank, wrote an entire book about his character of Filthy Frank. And his character was meant to be everything that you should never want to be. Yeah, Joji is based. Filthy Frank, the character, is not based. When Joji made the character of Filthy Frank, he was careful to make him the worst person you could possibly imagine. You were not supposed to look up to Filthy Frank. You were supposed to look at him as the worst possible person you could be, doing things like fucking throwing raw squid at people, vomiting on people, being racist. He was, in the lore, raised by Nazis. He was like a Nazi science. He's an alien that was raised by a family of Nazis. Like, Filthy Frank was, in all manners, a satirical character that was intentionally supposed to be who you do not want to be. The problem is, when the characters of Filthy Frank and iDubbbz and Max Mofo, the characters that when we saw them, swallowing the content, the ingredients to bake a cake, and then vomiting up their stomach contents into a pan, cooking that into a cake in an oven, and then proceeding to eat it in a mock wedding for a video. Unfortunately, there was a whole generation of 12 to 16-year-olds who didn't realize that that's not cool. That's not cool. That was satirical humor. You aren't supposed to look up to these characters. It's the same as people who look at, like, Rick from Rick and Morty and look up to the character of Rick and think that, oh, yeah, if I'm, like, a nihilistic, like, alcoholic asshole, like, narcissist, that makes me smart. There's people who unironically, like, look up to Rick or BoJack Horseman and think, like, yeah, those are role models. You're supposed to look up to those people. There's unironically people who look up to the character of Filthy Frank, to the character of iDubbbz, and see him as a role model. And we had a whole generation of 12 to 16-year-olds in 2014 to now that grew up, and their role model was the character of Filthy Frank. Which is why now we have a whole generation of fucking high schoolers and young adults that just didn't get the point. They didn't get the fucking point of the Filthy Frank videos and the old iDubbbz videos and everything. And now they're unironically acting like the character of Filthy Frank. I mean, we've seen it. Do you see the kind of humor that fucking Zoomers engage in? They're being unironic about it, though. They're acting like Filthy Frank or iDubbbz, but they're being unironic about it now. So now, since they've basically grown up and their idol, they're fucking the people they looked up to were these over-exaggerated satirical characters. When the real character, when the real person behind these characters peeks out and they're not fucking terrible people, they lose their fucking minds. And that leads us to the iDubbbz drama. So, iDubbbz is probably the last bastion of edginess, the last still creating content pioneer of this sort of edgy shitlord culture on YouTube, right? Even though his stuff is satirical, like Filthy Frank's, right? So, Joji has gone off and he's doing his own independent music career. Max Mofo doesn't do as much YouTube anymore. It's just iDubbbz now doing it. And so he's seen as like their last pillar of shitlord edginess, right? Their last role model. But iDubbbz fucked up. So recently, his girlfriend started an OnlyFans. Yeah, Max Mofo just makes Pokemon videos now. But recently, iDubbbz's girlfriend, Anissa Joma, made an OnlyFans account where she uploads pretty lewd pictures. To my knowledge, she does not upload nudes, but it's lewd images, right? And now he's a simp. He's a simp. He's a cuck. He's failed us. And iDubbbz made a video. I'm not going to play it on stream right now. Actually, no, we will play it on stream. But iDubbbz made a video about it. And it's probably one of my favorite iDubbbz videos. Because he actually...
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of iDubbbz Complain.
This is what happens when you don't have more than 8 gigs of RAM.
This is a very special episode.
This is what happens when you don't have at least 8 gigs or more than 8 gigs of RAM in your computer. Don't worry, chat. I'm going to get more RAM, okay? Don't worry. I'll get some so we don't have these fucking issues anymore. But yeah, in this video, he goes over the drama and defends himself. And holy shit, are a lot of his fans pissed the fuck off. 200k dislikes. Wow. No iDubbbz video has gotten this many dislikes. This is insane. His fan base is losing their shit. Oh, look at that. This is the top comment on the video, right? Guys, quit hating on Ian. You might make his girlfriend's boyfriend angry. This is just an example of just words losing their meaning. I might as well get into it as well. No, actually, no. It's going to be a different video. We'll talk about simp losing its meaning later. Don't worry. Let's talk about this, okay? I'm sorry, but by no definition of the word is iDubbbz a cuck or a simp in this scenario, all right? Let's use our brain right now. Let's use our brains, okay? iDubbbz's girlfriend uploads pictures and videos of her lewd or even naked on the internet. Okay? People have to pay her money to see those images so they can jack off to it and fantasize about actually having sex with her. Are we following? Okay. iDubbbz is the one that gets to actually fuck her at the end of the day. How is iDubbbz the cuck? Aren't the people paying for her OnlyFans the cucks? Wait. This is such a simple, fucking, straightforward line of thought. The people who are jacking off to another dude's girlfriend, to the thought of fucking her when he's the one that's fucking her, and they don't actually get to do it, the guys going on her OnlyFans and paying her money are the cucks. iDubbbz is the one that's fucking her. How is she a cuck? Or how is he a cuck? Yeah, they're projecting pretty hard. No, 100%. The people making these comments. Let's see this guy. This is the top comment, like the one that's shitting on iDubbbz here. What can we find out about this person? Who is this person subbed to? And how old do we think this guy is? Right? How old do we think this guy is? Let's see. What's this guy like to watch? What's his videos? He makes like a lot of Call of Duty videos. We have I'm Alex drinks bathwater and gives himself ligma. XX Tentacion, look at me. Shitty fluted ear rape. I think 13 to 16 years old is probably this guy's age range. Do not watch this, I warned you, all in caps, then like some sort of like cursed image. This guy's never had a girlfriend. He's projecting. I'm Alex is kind of attractive. No, I'm Alex fucking sucks. I hate that dude. And it's not because we have the same name. All right. Yeah, so I think a lot of the people that are shitting on iDubbbz at this point are just fucking so stupid. Holy shit. They're projecting. They're just being whiny little shits. They feel betrayed that iDubbbz doesn't... Also, by the way, can I just say this right now? Sex work is fucking based, alright? It really is. Right? I have no problem with sex work. It's fucking based, alright? Guess what sex work is? It's more respectable and harder work than being a landlord. Which, granted, isn't saying much, but it's true. Sex work is based. Honestly, if my girlfriend wanted to make an OnlyFans, listen, guys... Tell you what, next time I get $1,000 donation, I'll have my girlfriend make an OnlyFans and I'll appear on it as a guest. Potentially. You know, just throwing it out there. If I get another $1,000 donation someday. I don't give a fuck. Alright. Sex work is based. Also, to finish up this segment here, I actually want to, I definitely want to play this last clip here from his video. PewDiePie needs to take a fucking hint from this clip right here. Because holy shit, is this a based clip? Based on what here?
Standard. The world would be a much better place if people like Philip Bezos, I don't know if that's his son's actual name, but if Philip Bezos...
Alright, here's the clip, I think.
That would be a perfectly fine thing to do. I think what I've learned...
Alright, this is the clip, alright? PewDiePie, I'm so mad he didn't show it. PewDiePie didn't show this in his video reacting to this, because this is what PewDiePie needs to do with the fucking Nazis in his audience, okay? Get ready for some based shit here. You guys ready for some based shit? I'll sit back and let you guys enjoy.
From this experience is when you're speaking to a large group of people, and there's some dudes in the back shouting out their opinions like, I fucking hate thoughts. I hate whores. Women who sell their body online fucking suck. That's the worst. Instead of ignoring that and just moving on with my lecture, it might be a better idea to point those people out and say, yeah, I actually don't agree with that shitty opinion. Because it seems like me just ignoring it has led to like a cultivation of a bunch of retards. That pretty much wraps up this video.
Fucking based. Based. That's what PewDiePie needs to do. This is basic fucking common sense. Something PewDiePie just can't fucking get through his head or doesn't want to. Call out the fucking bad apples in your audience. It's that easy. iDubbbz did it. He suffered for it, granted. I mean, he got a bunch of dislikes. But at the end of the day, dude's still gonna pull over 1 million views for reviewing a jar of fucking peanuts. I'm sorry. The dude's career isn't gonna be hurt that much, but he fucking did it. Based as fuck. At the end of the day, I think this goes back to, like, this entire group of people, like, this teenage generation that grew up watching iDubbbz, and Filthy Frank and Max Mofo and just didn't get the point. They took it too seriously. They just didn't realize that it was satire, and now they feel betrayed when they find out the people behind the characters aren't those characters. Who would have thought? I feel like my take on this is fairly unique, because there's a lot that I want to talk about here, like with the reason why I think so many people got upset about this. But I have more to talk about with this topic, but it'll be a different video, so bear with me.